What's up, guys? Wanted to make this video real fast because I just got back from a trip to Vegas, and I know Vegas is expensive, but man, I just can't believe how expensive things are in the United States right now. It's hard to even fathom. I mean, you go to Vegas or any other major city, man, and it's like I was staying at the Venetian, which is a nice hotel. I had an event that I went to, but um, I was staying at the Venetian, and it's like $400 a night, man. It's expensive, right? And then, I went to order some food downstairs, and it was like 60, $70. And I'm like, dude, that's insane. And then I went back up to my room, after I was done doing my conference, and there's water bottles and snacks and stuff in the fridge, and you can take them. They just kind of put them right in front of your face and wait for you to take them because they're so expensive. But I didn't even realize this until we got done. But I got a thing of Raisinets, which if you know, you know, like the chocolate covered raisins, which are amazing. I had one of those, which is a tiny little thing, and I had a what else did I have? I had like a water bottle, and that was it. And I ended up getting charged $30 for those two things. And it just goes to show you, man. I mean, this is kind of an extreme example, but look around, man. Go to the grocery store, go to literally anything, wherever you shop. It's insane how expensive things are. Go fill up your car. It's not as bad, I guess, as it used to be in like 2020, if you guys remember that. But man, things are so expensive. Go look on, realtor.com to go buy a house or Zillow. And dude, houses are crazy expensive. To get a decent house, it's like three, $400,000 at least. And that's like out here in the Midwest where I live. I mean, dude, if you live in Vegas or, Austin or San Antonio or, Miami or New York, I mean, good grief, man, you're not even going to be able to afford a house, right? Maybe you probably could in like Houston and San Antonio. That's where I grew up. But, and those are pretty affordable markets in comparison to the others. But my point is, man, it's so expensive in America, and the average person just can't take it anymore. They can't, the average person can't survive. That's just the reality. Like people who are working regular jobs, and, man, I really feel bad for these people, and I relate to a lot of them. It's like things are so expensive, man. Rent, you're paying $1,700 a month in rent for a freaking shitty studio apartment, in the middle of a city that's got 500 square feet. That's like the norm, man. I mean, you go to New York, people are paying like 7 grand a month for an apartment that has, less than 1,000 square feet and has a window that looks out to a brick wall. It's like, and I'm not hating on anyone who lives in New York, man. I love you guys out there in New York, but it's crazy. I do not know how people are surviving, and it's it's kind of scary to think about where this is going to go because we all know that it's not going to get cheaper to live here in America. It's not going to go that direction. It's going to continue to go in this direction of being unaffordable. And just like we talk about on this channel, it's like we're going to have uh, the middle class is going to continue to get squeezed to where we're not even really going to have the middle class anymore. It's going to be the super rich or people who can afford to live the lifestyle they want and the super poor. And that's just the way it's going to be. And it's kind of scary. And I feel bad for, all the hardworking people out there that have families that are hustling and doing everything they can to stay above water, but man, they can't keep up with the cost of living. And it sucks. And I don't know what you can do about it besides just find a way to earn more money and cut your lifestyle down as much as possible. I mean, that's really all there is to it. I mean, we talk about real estate and finances on this channel, and I'm a real estate investor. I love real estate, and most of my tenants are on Section 8. And for those of you guys that might not know that, it's or know what Section 8 is, it's a federal program that basically subsidizes housing for people who, are living in poverty, and the government pays their rent. And that's a massive, massive demand. It's a massive need for people all around the country. And that, if this was a chart, that would be going straight up in terms of demand. There's so many people that just can't afford to pay their bills, and it sucks. And I don't know what we can really do to solve this problem. I guess I'm just kind of ranting here, but dude, man, the average American just can't afford to live in America anymore. I see all the time on YouTube, I see these guys and girls that move outside the country and they go live in like Bali or the Philippines or stuff like that, or places like those that, it doesn't really cost anything to live there. And dude, I can see why. I mean, you can take a regular salary of someone earning 40, 50K a year in the United States, and they could be living pretty damn good over there. They can have a super nice apartment, super nice, a condo, a house if they want. I can see the appeal. And man, it's crazy. I don't know why this kind of inspired me to make this video, but I was just out there in Vegas and just like looking at all the different stuff that's out there. And, it's again, that's the complete opposite end of the spectrum what normal people experience, but the point stands. It's just things are so expensive, man. I go to the grocery store and I buy eggs and it's like freaking $7. That's just crazy, to get even a handful of groceries, man, it's a few $100 at least. And that's just me shopping for myself. I don't have any kids or a family that I have to take care of and feed. I sympathize with people that have families and that are just, doing everything they can to provide for them. It's just a struggle, man. It's terrible. I Again, this is why it's just so important to live cheap, but live below your means as much as you possibly can. If you're a single dude, young dude, man, spend every waking moment you can hustling and trying to get ahead, because you don't want to end up, being somebody who can't pay their bills and someone who has to, rely on the government. That's not what you want to do. Man, it sucks. I wish there was more to really say about it, but it's just America is becoming unaffordable for the average American. And the American dream, quote unquote, of, buying a house in your 20s and, getting one job and never leaving that job and working there for 40 years until you retire, and then they give you a pension and they take care of you until you die. And, your boss and all your coworkers, they're all going to be, supportive of you, and they're gonna, go to your kids' baseball games and all this different kind of stuff, man. That dream no longer exists. That's just the reality. Um, the American dream is, in my opinion, it's changed. It's changed from, instead of being a house with a white picket fence and a family and a dog and all this different kind of stuff, instead of that, it has shifted into, being financially free, being financially independent, to where you don't have to worry about, working a job if you don't want to work that job. You don't have to worry about, you don't even have to live in America if you don't want to live in America. I think freedom is the new American dream. I really do. Because if you think about it, man, there's no reason to just go out there and just buy a house in your 20s and sink all your money in a giant down payment and stay there for 40 years, 50 years, whatever, never move around, never experience different parts of the country, never experience different parts of the world, never, chase different opportunities, never really expand. I don't think I don't see that as being appealing. And I don't think a lot of people my age, I think a lot of people my age agree with me in terms of that mentality. It's like nobody wants to do that. People want to be free. People want to have time freedom. People want to have a business. People want to be able to experience life and travel and do all the fun stuff that they want to do. People don't really care about having a house anymore, on the grand scheme, of things with most people. Of course, I'm not, you know, down talking anyone who bought a house or anything. To each their own. I'm just saying that's not really the, ideal scenario that most people aspire to. At least it seems like that to me. Man, I just think that, you know, as society continues to get more expensive here in the United States, I think again it's going to become more and more important that just to stay focused on your goals and to lock in and not to waste money, to learn how to invest money, to live below your means, and to develop a skill set that you can use to accelerate your career, your business, whatever it might be. It's going to be essential that you learn to do these things. Because if you don't, then man, you're just going to struggle like every other person out there who can't pay their bills, who doesn't have, $1,000 to their name. That's most Americans, and that sucks. But that's just the reality. You don't want to be most Americans because most Americans are fat, unhealthy, broke. They don't really have a choice as to what they can do with their finances. They're in giant amounts of debt, credit card debt. You don't want to be that person, man. You want to be someone who's in control. And the only way to be in control is to do the things that we talk about on this channel, to work as hard as you possibly can, to eliminate the distractions, and to focus on developing your skill set so that you can command more out of the marketplace. And that's the only way I know how to do it, guys. You have to take it one step at a time and live as cheap as you possibly can because, man, it's so expensive out here, and the average person is just getting squeezed so hard they can't afford it. I don't know how people are even staying above water right now. I really don't. So, anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts on where the United States is going in terms of finances and the economy and everything. I mean, the job market, AI taking over jobs. It's crazy. It's almost like they were watching a movie here. It's insane. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts. I'd love to hear your input on this. Leave me a comment, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you want to support. Love you guys. Appreciate everything you guys do to help support the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Bye.